Like millions of people worldwide, you've probably noticed that you tend to have a huge down of energy right after lunch or in the early afternoon, and well, that's referred to as the afternoon slump. You might be wondering where it comes from, and most importantly, what can we do about it? There are a few reasons why we tend to get tired and hit a down of energy right after lunch or in the early afternoon. Some are more obvious, like not getting enough exercise or eating unbalanced meals, which leads to having uneven energy levels throughout the day, or like just not getting enough sleep. And some aren't as obvious, such as our circadian rhythm. For those who don't know what the circadian rhythm is, it's basically our internal clock. It's what makes us fall asleep at night and wake us up in the morning. It's also why we experience jet lag when we visit countries that aren't in the same time zone as we're used to. And it also has a huge role in our energy levels throughout the day. Scientists have found that our afternoon slump is in part due to this natural cycle. They've actually found another one at around 2 a.m., but thankfully we're trying to sleep at that time and we're not trying to get things done at work. The circadian rhythm is something that's internal, so it might seem like we can't do anything about it, but thankfully there are actually a few things that we can do to get over our afternoon slump. There are a lot of countries that adopted a napping culture, so at around like 2 p.m. The whole country just goes to sleep and they get a nap in, and that's something that you might want to do. You could try to get a power nap in, and of course if you're at work you might not be able to do that, or if you're like me, maybe that you just can't nap at all. Like I just can't fall asleep during the day for some reason. But don't worry, there are a bunch of other things we can do. You could go outside. It's been shown that the sun impacts our circadian rhythm and it helps us stay awake. So just go outside and enjoy the sun for a bit. That might help you. While you're outside, you might want to drink a nice coffee or a warm coffee, whatever you're into. And do be careful with that, because the thing is that coffee contains caffeine, as you probably know, and caffeine tricks our brain into feeling more awake. But the issue is that it actually stays in your system for a while, so it might impact your sleep. This actually depends on every person, so you could try to play around with it, but do know that it might impact your sleep quite negatively. And considering that a lack of sleep is one of the main causes for this afternoon slump, well, you might want to be even more careful with caffeine. And unlike what most people think, caffeine doesn't actually give us any energy at all. It just tricks your brain into feeling less tired, and it does so by blocking your sleep receptors in your brain. So you're not less tired or anything like that. It's just that your brain is tricked into feeling less tired. But well, after a while, if you're just drinking coffee and not getting to sleep because your brain thinks it's not tired, but you still are tired, after some time you'll just hit a huge wall. So for a good cup of coffee in the afternoon, you could try to experiment with it, but do know that it might have a huge negative impact on your sleep. But like I said, it really varies on every single person, so it's something you could try. I personally really enjoy having a nice espresso right after lunch, and it doesn't seem to impact my sleep whatsoever. So maybe you're like me and you can just drink a nice cup of coffee to get over your slump. Instead of grabbing a cup of coffee, you might want to get something like a snack, which will actually give you energy, unlike coffee. And you want to make sure that you avoid simple sugars, because you'll get a sugar high and then you'll crash super hard and you'll just have a bigger afternoon slump. So you actually want to get something with complex carbohydrates or proteins. A fruit could be a really good example. You could grab like a banana or an apple or something like that. That will actually give you energy, and it will of course help with your slump. Exercise has also been shown to increase energy levels. So instead of being unproductive at work because you're in a slump, you could try to go outside for a quick walk. You'll be able to take in some sunlight as well as get your body moving. When I personally plan my days, I always think about this slump because I know I'll probably have one. And I like to plan more simple tasks during that time, or low energy tasks. Could be something like replying to emails. And then when I'm done with those simple tasks, I like to have something that will help me get back into a focus state, or in a state of flow even better. So what I've been doing is I try to get like a candy task right after the slump. So something that's challenging, creative, and really fun. It's when I love to start new projects in that time. Another thing that's really been helping me is setting timers. So I'll set like a 30-minute timer on my desk, on my iPad or my phone, whatever, without a ringtone of course, and I just start to work, and I can't do anything else during that 30 minutes. I won't look at emails, I won't look at Slack or anything. And well, it's helping me a lot to just get started. And once I'm started, of course, I have more momentum, and I usually go far over 30 minutes, and I just work all the way to 5 p.m. You could look into Pomodoro timers. There are timers with you have like a cycle of some time to work and then a little break, work, break. They're usually something like 45 minutes of work and then 15 minutes of break, and that can really help you. So it's the same general idea as the timer that I use. The key to getting out of this afternoon slump is to just get something done, because once you have momentum, you'll see that it actually goes pretty well. And if you want to learn more about how our brain works and the 4 states of attention of our brain, you could learn more about focus and flow. You can check out this video that I made on the subject. Hopefully this video was useful to you. You can leave a comment down below or leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.